So I came across a really cool product I wanted to share. I found a YouTube video. I will link the video I came across because he does a really good install video. I'll just kind of cover a few basics. From Detroit Speed, called the Fender Flange Sheild Kit. These suckers are super heavy duty and they protect your Fender flange from someone coming under the car and jacking it up from the wrong spot and then pushing your Fender out. To install it, really easy. You need a 1/4 tap, 3 sockets, 3/8, 7/16, and a 10mm. And that's pretty much it. Comes with all the hardware, good instructions. Like I said, I will link the video in my comments below. So this is what happens. You get some idiot that jacks your car up, and they jack it up off this fender flange. Now you should be jacking up and bracing off the frame, but they go off this little thin fender flange and they smash it. Now I've had about 6 4th gens, and I've had this smash on every single one that I bought, and sometimes they're fat and so bad, it actually pushes your fender gap out. Mine's not too bad. A little bit of a gap right here where the fender is beyond the door, so when I come down now and bend this back, it'll pull that fender in and then it won't have the gap. I mean, I've had some cars with a 1/4 inch gap. And the fender flange here basically will bolt up to the frame like so. The holes will go through there, and this will protect that from ever happening again. Now you can see how low it looks like it sits right now, but once I pull this fender flange down, it'll be almost flush. Installation is pretty simple. You have to pull out these 2 factory 10mm bolts. Let me move my hand here. And you also need to straighten this. I'm going to have to take some pliers and bend this down straight, maybe use a hammer to kind of flatten it out. And then there are 2 holes underneath here, here and here. You don't have to drill them. You just use the 1/4 tap, put some threads in there, and then this sucker here will just bolt on like so. I was able to straighten out the flange itself, the metal part. So there was a huge gap before. Now it actually, the holes line up and it looks good. Plastic from the fender itself is all distorted from being, you know, bent forever. So I'm going to heat this up with my heat gun and then try to get this to go flat, straight up and down. The first things first is to install the flange kit. All right, and here we go. Went on beautiful. Pulled my fender in. See where it's bolted up top? It's a little tricky fishing the nuts in the back side of this thing, but it's doable. 7/16, 1/4 inch ratchet because a 3/8 would not fit in the back. And it looks good. Took me about 20 minutes because I struggled a little bit. Make sure you get this flange as straight as you can and test it. I thought I didn't have, this first one here was still out a little bit, and I couldn't get the nut on the back to pull it all the way in, so I had to take another hammer and kind of pound it down until I got it all the way. But yeah, it came out great. So nice and solid, heavy duty piece. I love it. And now I got 3 more of these to do because I'm doing it on both my cars. All right, so here's my fender gap after. Much better. Mine wasn't that bad. Like I said, I've seen them a lot worse. I've had a lot worse, but nice and flush now. They're $125 a set, so they're a little pricey, but to me, they're good for the peace of mind. I very rarely have to take my car to a mechanic because I do all my own work, but I always hate taking it there, and I have to explain to the tech where to lift my car. And then they're sitting there rolling their eyes as I'm telling them, like they don't know what they're doing. But you can see even on my red car here, I haven't done this yet. It's sticking out. Not much because I have straightened these before, but they are sticking out. Not terrible. This side over here is absolutely mangled. I mean, it's literally flat on my blue car. So time to do my last 3. Thanks for watching.